So who the hell knows what the hell is really going on? I have an opportunity to work with a pretty big technology firm. They're growing, and they are asking around to some friends. This is how I found out, for some help in sales training, deploying a new sales methodology. And they got me talking to a few folks that I know. And this whole go-to-market, product-led growth, sales-led growth, ABM, account-based marketing, all these acronyms. Um, it, I've always scratched my head on this stuff. Fortunately, I've been out of corporate America for a long time, but I still have clients and work with folks in the space. But way back in the day, I mean, had gone through the spin selling and the snap selling and Miller Hyman, blue sheet, pink sheet. I don't think there's yellow sheets. I don't even know anymore. I've been through Sandler training extensively. And it people, it's probably always been an issue, but certainly today, people want to prove how good they are, how smart they are, how ingenious and insightful they are by coming up with a new metric, a new acronym, something that they can trademark and claim as their own, whether it's MEDIC or, BANT or CHAMP, just so many different things. And each one is fine in and of itself. They all have good attributes. And by all means, you need to have a system. You need to have a rule sets. You need to have standards that you're operating to and measuring against. In 2007, I was brought in to help Dell, when they rolled out their sales process transformation. They'd hired a big company and came out with a nice workbooks and slide decks. And it was good to be a part of it. I made a lot of money. It was very unfulfilling. I was just a monkey on a stage, but I made great money. I brought in a team of 5 and I got overrides on everything. We were regurgitating their stuff, but we weren't moving the needle with that sales team. And that was way back in 2007. And I know it's still the same. I called a friend of mine yesterday. I did some work for 5-6 years ago, and helped them with sales training. They had HubSpot at the time. They have Salesforce also. They're a subsidiary of a bigger company. A new sales guy came in. He wanted to leave his mark. He brought in Sales Loft. It helps some of the company. My friend there, they're suffering. It's complex, blah, blah, blah. But everybody wants to leave their mark. But talking with him, and he's the sales leader. And he says he can't get his team to use the tools that they have provided for them. Some of them are complex. Some of them, it's just human nature. People don't want to learn new habits, new skills, new traits. And I was kind of befuddled. I was telling my buddy, like, why don't you just insist on it? It's like, you're the boss. Years ago, I had that. It was 2006, roughly. We rolled out Salesforce.com at the end of 2004, and we were told it's mandatory. Use this tool. Enter your data. Keep your pipeline updated. And most people did not. I did. And I remember it was September 30th. I know that because that's my anniversary. And my wife and I were golfing in a charity tournament. So this was 2006 because I left in early 2007. And we had a big deal coming in, and my boss was riding my butt. And, he was asking me to send a report, an Excel spreadsheet report, which was basically just a download from my Salesforce account. And I said, why do you force me to use Salesforce and then force me to do extra work to give you a spreadsheet with a pipeline update? And he's like, are you saying it's all in Salesforce? And I'm like, yes, I am saying it's all in Salesforce. Fine. Okay. And that was the beginning of the end for me because shit rolls downhill. And the CEO got fired. He was the one that brought me in. I'd worked for him with another company. The new consultants were brought in. The new CEO, he brought in a team of consultants. We called them the Bobs. They wanted to leave their mark. they put in, new measurement procedures and blah, blah, blah. And that was the beginning of the end. But, I tell you that so you understand this is not new. Technology will not save you. Okay, whatever these acronyms you want to use, like I said, BANT, ANIM, the hook model, growth loop, medic, snap, spin, champ, whatever. Have something that you're working against, but at the end of the day, you're in business to make a profit. You make a profit by helping people. You help people solve their problems. How do you know what their problems are? You ask them. Many, many years ago, I wrote my own acronym, if you will, but the old ABCs of selling, always be closing. I'm like, the new ABCs of selling are always be curious, always be concise, always be courteous, always be consistent, always be congruent. But, with the curious side, at the end of the day, you just have to be curious. Say, what is going on there? Is it an issue? How long has it been an issue? And round numbers, how would you say that's impacting your business? Who besides you cares? When do you want to do something about it? And look, I've sold big deals to big companies. The Dell deal was actually pretty easy because I knew the right people. But I've sold deals, 7-figure deals to Google back in the day. When I was selling high tech. Sprint was a huge client of mine in, golly, I don't know, 06 time. Well, no, 03, 02, because I was with a different technology company then. So I understand selling big deals. I sell big software solutions now on my own, CRMs, marketing automation tools. So it may take days, weeks, months, years to sell some of these deals. I get it. Okay. But at the end of the day, again, you've got to just ask good questions. Always be curious. And when I say always be concise, I mean, do not hummel your prospect with your pontifications. Answer the question, answer it thoroughly. Okay, but if you find yourself talking too much, if you're stroking your own ego by trying to share how much you know, dial it back. It's not helping. Okay, you're giving free consulting. You're also rubbing that prospect wrong. So everyone says, "Oh, I zig when the market zags." Okay, the zag right now is technology, AI, screen scraping, cold email, all these different tools. So the zig to the zag is being human. So work on being more human. Okay, I guarantee you, if you try that for a month, do what doesn't scale, send a one-off email, call someone, leave a real message, handwrite something and put it in the mail. Okay, send out some communication that is not automated. Now, maybe your CRM pops up a task that says, hey, make call number 2, do some kind of reach out. Okay, you leverage the tool appropriately, but then take a step back and do the zig. Be human, and see how they react. You will be pleasantly surprised. I get almost zero human communication. My email, cell phone, even my address has been public for a long, long time. I am easy to reach. I'm easy to find. Cold emails, and they're mail mergers, and I know because they have a dash in my name, which I put in my LinkedIn account. So I know how prevalent, ubiquitous LinkedIn is for screen scraping, for data enrichment, contact enrichment. So just today, a guy, we were both in the Air Force. So he sends me a message, hey, I'd love to connect. Okay, so I accept. Boom, I get a pitch immediately with the West Dash. I unfollowed the guy and I removed the connection. He didn't even know it. I still haven't gotten any additional correspondence from him. People, I do that all the time. They never even notice that it happens. Then I block them. So be human. Okay. Nobody knows what's going on. Everyone's acting like it. Oh yeah, I know what ERP, SaaS, API, SDK, mean, MERN, PAD, ATDS. Oh yeah, I know what that means. Yeah. No, you don't. It's just like school. Yeah, we're adults. I'm a grandfather. I'm still like, yeah, I don't want to raise my hand. Any questions? Nobody raises their hand. I don't want to be the dummy. Although I never did have that problem. I want to know the answer. But you get my point. People of all ages, they don't want to admit they don't know, so they just go along. Okay, and that goes back to always being concise, always being courteous. Don't use jargon and stuff that might confuse your prospect because you want to act smart. You need to be a little bit under them. You need to be a little bit less okay than they are. Okay? Because if they feel like you're better than them, smarter than them, they won't raise their hand. They won't admit it. They'll thank you for the information, and then they'll ghost on you. Okay? So always be courteous. Always be concise. Always be curious. Try that. Let me know how it goes. The zig to the zag, right? Be human. Do what does not scale. And I bet you will be selling more this year, probably this month, if you do that. All right. Thanks for watching.